Hey guys, Clay Horton here. Today we're going to be filming a arm workout. This is post-show, right after a lot of cheats. Today I've had a good amount of donuts, so the pump's going to be real, but going to have this voiceover and commentary, walk you guys through exactly what I'm doing and the purpose of doing it. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, for the first movement, we're going to start off very basic. Just push blood into the muscle. We're going to do a single arm cable curl. Very strict form. Once again, not going too heavy. Just trying to put blood in the muscle. So I usually take these for about 8 to 12 reps. And then next set I'll probably go up in weight. But just aim for that smooth contraction. Keep tension on the muscle the whole time. Really squeeze. Hold that peak. Now we're going to move on to some tricep pushdowns. This is a really cool movement, putting two different handles on it, because here you can just go with your straight tricep pushdown and watch how I'm about to twist my hands right here. Then go and do reverse to work more of the outer head of the tricep. And go back to curls. Basically just alternating sets. So you could call it a superset, but I'm taking my time, not worried about going too fast or putting up too much weight. Just trying to pump up right now. Warm up the muscles. Activate every fiber that I possibly can before we get started on some heavier movements. So for this superset, I did about 4 or 5 sets. I just put them back to back. Sole purpose is just to warm up, get the blood flowing to the muscle. Now at the end, I'm repping them out just because I can't squeeze and get it extremely clean and full contraction, so I'm just going to try and push as much as I can. This is just a little in-between that I'll throw in there occasionally to get the inside of my biceps and make it have more of a rounded off look when you hit that front double bicep shot. Here I'm not going for a certain number of reps, I'm just feeling it out, building a connection with the weights. And after eating almost a dozen donuts, this pump is unreal, I cannot tell you. Alright, now we're moving on to skull crushers. These, you want to keep it as steady, bar as steady as possible. After I'll hit about a set of 10, do that for about 3 or 4 sets. Sometimes I'll put another movement in there, sort of like a close grip bench press, but with an easy bar. This is basically just finishing off what I missed during that skull crusher set. Alright, for the next set, I started off and changed it a little bit. I started off doing the close grip benches, and then I'm going to work into the skull crushers. So the reason for doing this is just to change it up, shock the body, and pre-exhaust with a little bit of an easier movement. You can afford to tolerate a little bit more weight on the negatives for the close grip benches. and then I worked back into the skull crushers, and that made this set even so much harder. But the pump I got from pushing those final reps out was amazing. Next, we're going to go move on to another cable movement. This is a single arm tricep push down, but it's more like it's a reverse grip push down. So what I'm doing is the reason I have my hand up top is because those cables swivel. So I'm going to angle towards the opposite direction where I'm pulling. That will ensure that I take the right approach and right angle towards the movement. Now I'm going over to reverse curls with the easy bar. I like to hit these for about 10 reps and then switch it up. If I got gas in the tank, I'm going to switch it up and go just straight easy bar curl. This is one of the best movements you can do to just get that overall thickness in your arms. This is one of those old school exercises that never needed to change ever. You know, typically people nowadays, they love cables or they love the machines, but you will never get that hard, dense size unless you're using free weights.
Open Class D, first place trophy. This one right here, little brother Malik. First time competing ever. Talked him into doing the open, ended up winning the show. So congratulations, Malik, you killed it. Thanks, man. Time for my extra workout meal. Quick carb up. This is the secret. This is what the pros don't tell you. Krispy Kreme. Forget about a muffin pump. Donut pump is the way to go. Freaking Grimes, you're listening. Donuts over muffins all day.
Finish what we started. After that, we're going to go to a little bit of a heavier movement with the triceps since they're nice and warm. So we're still going to start off pretty light, just 3 plates on each side. Really get the movement, feel it out, get maximum range of motion, and squeeze on the lockout. Then we'll go up and weight the next set, and the next set after that, and then we'll see how many reps we can take it. This workout was a little bit less for purpose and more for fun, but everything I'm doing has a purpose, regardless of what I'm doing. You know, I'm definitely trying to get my arms as big as possible, so that's incorporated into my goals into this workout, absolutely. But here I'm not, you know, there's no particular plan going into this workout. It was just, hey, this is what I want to do, this is what I enjoy, I know this for a fact works, let's see how it does with this movement next to it, or let's see if we can play around with our arrangements of the exercises. Let's see how many reps we can take it, let's see, you know, how I'm feeling by the end of the 4th or 5th set. Do I need to take it that far, or do I need to just go for 3 sets?
And back to curls.
Free weights, you have to maintain and hold the control using more than one muscle group at a time while trying to focus and isolate that singular muscle group that you're trying to work the most. So you're trying to get the most out of that. And that comes with mind-muscle connection indefinitely. The better your mind-muscle connection is, doesn't matter if you're doing a compound movement, you just got to think about which muscle you want to be worked the most and put the maximum amount of tension on it and take it as slow as possible with the pace that you can feel it with the most resistance. Here we're going to throw in a little overhead tricep extensions, just switching back and forth. This is not one of those where I'll take a break in between sets. I'll probably just grab a lighter one and try and activate as many muscle fibers as I possibly can. It's switching back and forth, alternating. Not 30 reps one arm, 30 reps the other. Nah, I wasn't counting. I basically just took it until I felt I was finished. Here we're going to go to some cable push downs. Notice how I'm changing my grip up every single time. On some of these grips, I'm flattening out my hands at the bottom to ensure that I'm not using any forearms or any other muscle groups besides my tricep. Keeps the tension 100% on the triceps. Now this last set, I'm going extremely heavy. That's the whole stack right there. And I'm putting my hands very close together.